Guys, I'm Brody. Welcome back to my channel. First of all, I want to thank everyone who's subscribed to my channel so far, because overnight I've reached 101 subscribers, which is amazing. That's like my first milestone. Thank you so much. I appreciate every one of you who subscribed, and I hope you keep liking the content. Now, I know I only posted a build video last Friday, I think it was. One of my go-to builds. Absolutely love it. Changed a few things, but I think the one that I've got for you today is even better. And everyone seems to be using the hammer donk throw, where you're using the syntheseps and you're constantly throwing the hammer, picking it back up to keep getting progressive damage. That one seems to be floating about quite a lot. And also the the Loreley Splender. So that seems to be making the Titans pretty invincible. And last night, I was solo in the last sector. I did it about 10 times in a row, trying to get the Loreley Splender. However, I ended up getting a drop for an exotic I don't think I've ever even used before. And I've been playing Destiny 2 since it came out. I did take a year off because I thought it got a bit stale at one point. However, I've been playing it since it's been released, and I don't think I've ever used this exotic. So I thought I'd give it a go, considering it's for a solar build. Since I started using it, I'm not able to take it off. So let me show you what I'm talking about. It is... I can't even say it. Khepri's horn. So the exotic I'm talking about is Khepri's horn, and I've never used this before. Picked it up plenty of times, but never really been in a situation where I thought it'd be useful. Let's read the perk on it. So solar damage kills, and that's damage kills, not ability kills. So anything solar damage, recharge your barricade. And it gets it back really quick, especially when you're using something like the Sunshot, because that's kind of chain reaction in blowing things up. You get your barrier back within seconds. It's insane. So solar damage kills recharge your barricade, which unleashes a blast of solar energy when summoned. So, okay, we are using our solar abilities and solar weapons, and we are killing things constantly, which is constantly recharging our barricade, right? And there's a mod this season called the Classy Restoration, and this kind of it kind of makes the Loreley Splender a little bit obsolete, in my opinion. So activating your solar class ability grants you restoration. So we're going to pop this, right, and we're going to be pretty much invincible for about 10 seconds. And I'm not even joking. It's almost impossible to die. And because we're using this Khepri's horn, we have constantly got our barricade up, because we're using our solar abilities and our solar weapons to constantly keep that barricade up. Plus, we're picking up elemental wows, which are constantly recharging our class ability and our other abilities. So we're on a constant uptime of doing solar damage. So it's quite a basic build, but Christ, isn't it fun? It's really, really fun. So you could probably use whatever you wanted to on it, to be honest. There's no specific, you have to use this and you have to use that. I would recommend Thermite Grenade, just because it's just constantly doing that tick and scorch damage that's going to ignite enemies and blow them up. Hammer Strike is just my favourite. I know everyone likes to use the throwing hammer at the minute, but for this particular build, I think Hammer Strike's absolutely perfect. Again, you're igniting things, you're blowing things up, and it's all about recharging your barricade to make you invincible. And to be fair, the blast of solar energy you get from the barricade is pretty good. You know, it actually does quite a lot of damage. So I'll show you in a second. So let's have a look at the aspects and fragments I'm using. So I'm going to be using the Sol Invictus, solar ability final blows, hammer of sol impacts, and defeating scorched targets create sunspots. Your abilities regenerate faster, and your sunspots drain more slowly while standing in a sunspot. Sunspots apply scorch and deal damage to targets inside. Entering a sunspot applies restoration. So we're getting restoration from that as well, which is amazing. So it's going to make us even more invincible to kill. Plus, we're going to be getting our ability regen even quicker standing in a sunspot. So everything's going to just, work perfectly together then. Then I'm using the Consecration. While sliding, activating your charge melee ability to launch a wave of solar energy, damaging and scorching targets in front of you as you leap into the air. So while airborne, activate your charge melee again to slam to the ground and create a second larger wave of damaging solar energy. If the wave hits a scorched target, they ignite. More explosions. Okay, so our barricade is constantly going to be on the up, Radiant and restoration effects applied to you have an increased duration. Perfect, going to have that. Solar weapons or ability final blows extend the duration of restoration and radiant. So we're becoming even more invincible. And we've got powered melee attacks against combatants make you and nearby allies radiant. So we're going to be using this melee attack quite a lot. So not only are we going to be invincible, we're going to be doing more damage. I'll show you some gameplay. Let me show you the mods and stuff I'm using first. I've only got this load up here because I've been farming the last sector. But if I wasn't looking at specific champions to kill, I'd be rocking a sunshot with this. And because we're up close and personal, probably a shotgun. So something like auto-loading holster and frenzy is brilliant because frenzy is going to be constantly procced because we're constantly doing damage, constantly up in the enemy's faces. And with auto-loading holster, once you finish popping off with your sunshot, just pull out your shotgun that's already been reloaded and you're just constantly doing damage. And yeah, Parasite, you know how much I love this. It's absolutely my favourite exotic. And with clearing out all these ads, making all these explosions, this is constantly going to be at times 20 damage increase with the exotic perk, Worm's Hunger. So this weapon fires hive worms which explode on impact. The size and damage of the explosion scales with the number of enemies you've defeated just before firing this weapon. So this kills an unstoppable champion in one hit, and also it can do the same to barrier. For mods, so like I said, we want our barricade back constantly. And to get our barricade back, we're going to be killing things with solar weapons or our solar abilities. We want elemental wows as well, bountiful wows, elemental ordnance, grenade kills going to give us wows, melee wow maker, that's going to give us wows to recharge our abilities and our class ability to make us invincible. Then we've got, I'm using reaping wow maker because even though it's void elemental wows we're going to get from this, those wows are still going to be recharging our abilities, and we're going to be using our barricade constantly. So after activating your class ability, which we're doing all the time, your next weapon final blow on a combatant spawns a void elemental wow. And because we've got bountiful wows on, we'll be getting 2 void elemental wows. So we're just constantly getting wows and recharging our abilities. You'll see the gameplay loop in a minute how it works. We've got classy restoration. So this is the thing that's making us invincible, basically. Every time we pop our barrier, that kicks in. And, you know, you can have a shrieker shooting at you constantly for 10 seconds and you're not going to die. I'll show you some gameplay in a second. Again, we're going for 100 resilience because 40% damage reduction. Again, it's a tanky build. We're going to be doing up close and personal. We want to run up to the enemy, pop our barricade. The solar blast from our barricade is going to do loads of damage to start off with. Another thing I experimented with last night, which would work really well with this, is if you've got a arc piece of armor and you put something on like overcharged wow maker. So defeating a combatant with a finisher spawns 2 arc elemental wows. So what will happen is we'll put our barricade down. It's going to do loads of solar damage, and obviously the enemy is right in front of you. You're invincible. You can just run forward and just start meleeing things or shotgunning things, and there are always going to be enemies in front of you ready to finish off. So you've got 2 more wows from that. You could change that out for reaping wow maker. I find both of those work really well, but you know, if you're using solar weapons like the sunshot or you got a solar shotgun, solar fusion rifle, you're guaranteed to get 2 elemental wows from your next kill, which again recharge your abilities. So it all just works really well together. I've got on the chest piece, just damage reduction again, resilience, legs. I just wanted something to fill that gap. It doesn't matter what I put in here really. I just had spare space to do something. Well of life. So picking up a solar elemental wow grants increased regeneration for a short time. That's just going to make us even a bit more tanky. Or what you could do as well is if you've got a void piece of armor, Well of Tenacity is also a really good choice because we're going to pop our barricade. Our next weapon kills are going to give us 2 void elemental wows, which then is going to make us even tankier because picking up a void elemental wow reduces the damage you take from combatants for a short time. So it's almost a bit like Protective Light, but you're getting it from elemental wows. So if you want to be even tankier, yeah, Well of Tenacity might even be better there. But have a play around and see what you feel comfortable with. But I think this whole build so far is really fun. You're a complete tank. The only thing that I would suggest not to do is see this horn right here, the main kind of horn bit. Don't try and sit on it it's not very comfortable, apparently. Or so a friend's told me anyway. Right, let's start this off. So we're going to pop our barricade. That's going to do loads of solar damage in front of us. Then solar kills, ability or weapon kills, doesn't matter, is going to recharge our barricade. And remember, when we pop our barricade, we're going to be invincible. So that just destroyed them, look. I'm invincible because we've got restoration ×2. That's lasting for 10 seconds. Okay, so I'll use my abilities. Barricade's back already. I'm invincible again. Just get some more kills with my solar weapon. Barricade's back already, look. Pop that. I'm invincible again. It's on the line of solar damage. Radiant from melee attack. So we've got bonus weapon damage there. You see the loop? It's so easy and so fun. Doesn't require much thinking. I haven't even used my sword yet. Pop it down. Kill them. I'm invincible. None of these guys are hurting me. I got my barricade back. I've still got restoration on times 10 seconds, ×2, 10 seconds. As long as I'm killing things, look, restoration is just constantly propped. Pop my barricade. Oh, he just stepped behind it then. But I'm invincible again. I didn't need to pop it then. Get some more solar kills. Look, barricade's back. And don't forget, standing in sunspots as well once you've killed an enemy is going to be doing some ability regen and whatnot. Barricade back. I'm invincible now. I can just stand by this champion, look, and I don't need to reload that. I got auto loading on it. Barrier's back again. Let's show you in some last sector gameplay where I'm not using solar weapons. So this is just going to be ability focused. This one then. This is just going to be using my abilities to keep invincible, and I'll show you how it can still be really viable in harder gameplay. Switch my loadout. I'm going to use arc pulse rifle because there's arc shields obviously, and then a scout rifle for unstoppable champions, and we'll use the parasite because I love it. Okay, so we're only using our abilities to get our solar back, but let's go invincible straight away. Let's kill all these guys. Use a worm. Where's he gone? On that champion. I'm invincible, don't forget still. Just managed to pop his... See, finisher wow maker would be good there with this guy. Finished champion. See, I'm just invincible. Just running around here. Picking up wows. Put my barricades. See how much barricade I get back when it starts killing them. It's halfway back almost. I'll finish them off just with my pulse rifle. I'll show you a good example of being invincible right now. Let me just kill these ads. So watch this. I pop. I'm invincible. I can just stand here and shoot this shrieker. It's doing damage, look, but my health is just constantly up. Get some wows there, look. Pick them up. Ah, had to reload. So you one-shot that ogre because of all the kills I got beforehand. Pick up the wows. These lads are blinded. I'm still invincible anyway, so it doesn't matter. Here comes the ogre. Pop that so I can become invincible. Right, time for the gaffer. So you get some tick damage on him with the barricade. Let's get some more barricade back by doing our melee ability. Stand in my sunspots for ability regen, lob a grenade. Just like that, he's dead. I'm invincible, just run to the box. And I got the Loreley Splender. Bonus. That was the whole point of how I found this build in the first place. See, and just pop your barricade. I'm invincible. and I can just stand here now and troll. And there's nothing they can do about it. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Again, I'm Brody. I'm new to YouTube. Just reached 101 subscribers. Thank you everyone who subscribed. I stream on a Saturday and Sunday on Twitch, so you can follow me on there if you're interested in seeing some Destiny and some Fortnite streaming. Links are all down below. Got a Discord server. Thanks again for your support, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.